Ooh, we can finally fly.
Yeah.
If all are ready, let us depart for the reunion in the Azim Steppe. Our route will be somewhat circuitous. We will need to return to the Ruby Sea and head north along the coast, past Isari. From here, we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steppe. Lee and Gotetsu have already gone ahead. We should carry on as well.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation.
So, high
With the
technology
wind at
and
our
high
backs,
magic bounds.
We walked on,
Ruins too.
in search of hope. In search of him.
So I'm guessing this world civilizations destroy each other every few hundred years. Yeah,
Ye-
probably.
Yeah, I mean, there are like a couple hundreds or thousands of years ago, there was an ancient empire called the Alagons that were very superior, that were very magically, technologically advanced, but then they kind of destroyed themselves.
Yeah, big whoopsie. Basically the Romans.
Kind of. Magitech Romans.
Yeah. Alright. Let's sync up with Aetherite.
Yeah. I give you the Azim Steppe, Green.
Oh, the Romulans.
Though I should say that this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Reunion are more welcoming than most. Come, it is not much further. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we will begin our search for Lord Hien. Yeah, I always pronounce it AE. It really does. It really does sound cool.
Yeah.
When last I spoke with Lord Hien, he said he spends much time in these markets. I had hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey, Yugiri, I've been meaning to ask, are there an awful lot of Xyella here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to nomadic tribes of Xayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny, If they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the step with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lys? Why indeed? Okay, well, when you put it that way, that makes sense. Daemon being pronounced demon, archaeologist being pronounced archaeologist. Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin, the weather unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen.
Someone left the bug zapper on.
That's just the Aetherite. Thanks for taking the time to explain. Sounds like I got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Lord Hien. People from many tribes gather in reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiry separately. Green, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Buzz! Or is it booze? Is it buzz or booze? I want to say booze. Oh, they're like steam buns. Hey, here's your steam buns. Booze. Fresh booze. Your choice of lamb or zo. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, sir? Eh? A doman? What's another Daskar is keeping him in a... Another Daskar is keeping him in a yurt. He's not here. More fool her if she took a doman for her husband. Oops. But enough about domans, let us speak of booze instead. You cannot come to the Azim Steppes and not sample his most traditional delicacies. What fortune you have to come hither at this time. Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too. Hearts, livers, brains, or a brace of blood sausages, if you desire only a snack. You know what? I could go for a blood sausage right now. Yeah.
I think it says magic sometimes, but very rarely.
It says magic with a K, I think.
Yeah, like magic.
A doman? Poor meat they make domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one some few days ago. This is just a steppe tribe, so it's like this equivalent to the steppe tribes in our world, isn't it? You know, like Mongols. Manchurian.
I'm not very familiar with that bit of history.
Cuban Kipchak Confederation.
Okay, not sure if I need to rename my Aether stuffs in my game.
You'll be fine. I don't think Aether is copyrighted. Or else they would have a TM right between the Aether and the Ite. Wouldn't they? I feel like that's what would happen.
I doubt they can copyright that as a concept, because they're not selling the concept. It's just part of the story. And also a trademark would mean that they're trading Aether or something under the name of Aether. And since it's not a business, the best they could do is copyright.
Gotcha. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy cooked to perfection, beloved without the step. Come. You seek domans? Then you ought to come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man. Say again, you are seeking who? Ah, the Doman! I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mole girl.
Have I mentioned I watch at 160p?
Yes, you have. Though I could not describe her, I only know she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed. Use the chat mode and say, to ask your keyword software, keyword blah blah blah, to contains a mole, to ask Zayla and Reunion if they are of the mole tribe. And this one's from the Aura. You take me for a mole? I'm an Aura here. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Yes, I am Mole. My name is Serena. May I help you? Yeah, having fun dancing there, Kier.
It was very important.
I see.
I totally wasn't just giving away where it was.
Oh, that's
Yes,
what you were
this is
doing.
Dog.
Oh, I see. You were looking for Hien. In that case... How urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai, will you buy it? There's but one bundle left. If not, then... I will, though I had not thought to pay so high a price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Please, I must have the Kinsai. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in Whisper Root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass through Reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for this kindness. I am sorry, but we must speak of Hien later. I cannot leave Reunion without that Kinsai. You want to help me, is that it? Leave it to me. I do not know what to say. Thank you, Green. Thank you. The lumbering ones we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough Whisper Root. Return here when you have finished. Good luck. Welcome back, Green. Have you brought the Whisper Root? Whisper Root, a common if valued ingredient in Zayla medicines. Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The Kinsai is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Udgan rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here as they guided grandmother, as they guided this man from the west.
Hey! How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Serena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the face of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying Ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothal heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan San, which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Castir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You seek Hien, yes? I know where he may be.
Long ago, my grandmother, having received a vision from the gods, bade me go forth into the southern mountains. It was there that I found Hien, near death from many wounds. I brought him to our village, and there we nursed him back to health. Afterwards, he chose to remain, that he may repay us for our kindness. Doman set much store by honor and shame, so at first I did not question it. Excuse me, if I could see a map for a moment. Here. He has grown fond of this place. It affords him a view of the markets and the steppe. I would accompany you, but I must return to our village to prepare my grandmother's meal. Thank you again for your assistance. Our long-awaited reunion is at hand. Come, my friends, let us go and greet our lord and master.
The Kami are merciful! My lord Hien, I see you are alive and well.
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us. blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Naught less than liberty will suffice, then. A pity. It'll prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them? You giri! Go Asetsu! And,
The scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. Good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea. Far across the sea they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation. To oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I just coughed.
Oh.
say no
Sorry.
more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Serena, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude.
Was Doma featured in any other Final Fantasy games? Is that why you told us not to drink the water earlier? Oh, poisoned. Got it.
There's no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side. So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home. I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yanxia and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I have won the contest? I mean to return at the head of a Zayla army.
You mean to participate in the Nardum?
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly we were defeated before. The Imperials may have since grown weaker, but we are weaker still. 'Twould be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Nardum and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the Mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Just so, just so. Our lord has spoken, Yugiri. But take heart. I shall keep him safe. And should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
Looks like it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will rattle the very firmament and shake off the yoke of the most powerful empire in the world.
Green slime, was it? Once again, allow me to thank you for your many deeds in service to Doma. For 25 years did my father rule in name only. My rule, if one would deign to call it that, has been naught in comparison. That changes now. We have a purpose and a plan. And after we take to the battlefield together, we will have victory as well. But you are a practical man, I can tell. Disinclined to trust in words when actions speak truer. I can relate. So, you too have heard of the Nadam. The great battle for supremacy of the steppe. I learned of it during my stay with the mole. To my knowledge, no foreigners have ever participated, much less triumphed in the Nadam. But, lack of precedent notwithstanding, I should think we would have a good standing to bid them march with us to Doma, should we win. Will they even permit us to fight, my lord? We belong to no tribe of the steppe. We are not without options, given what Cyrena has told me. You see, in accordance with the god's wishes, her people shall participate in the coming Nadam. And then when they take the field, I mean for us to fight alongside them as fellow warriors of the mole. But we need not discuss this at length here. Come, let us head north to Moilo, where Cyrena and her people have made camp for this season.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Lurker.
My friends, I give you Moilo. The cartoon of the tribe, Temulun, resides in the largest yurt. We should go and make our introductions. Apparently we have a knack for making first impressions.
Yeah.
At last the traveler comes.
Tamarun Hatun, Cyrena, I am returned.
Ah, you found each other.
Ours is the soil, Hien. The Domans, and the Eorzeans too.
You know us?
The gods know you, child. As do the stars in the heavens, which shone bright at your coming.
The mole hearkened to the whispers of the elder gods, which guide us in our daily lives. We know them through the Utun, like my grandmother.
Hatun, I am come to beg a boon of you and yours. That I might liberate my homeland, I seek to rally the strength of the steppe. To that end, I wish to fight in the Nadam, as a warrior of the mole. Will you grant me this honor?
To stand with the mole is fruitless. Hien, do not do this. The gods may have willed that our tribe join in the Nadam, but there is no path to victory. We are weak and our numbers few. Even with your help, it would be impossible.
I thank you for your concern, Cyrena. But it is precisely because of the seeming hopelessness of your cause that we must needs cast our lot with you. Were we to join hands with a more favored tribe, our victory would inevitably be attributed to them, and no one would follow me to Doma.
'Twas the gods' will that we fight. Mayhap this too is their design. Hear me then. As Hatun of the Mole, I invite you all to join with us in the Nadam. Will you look after them?
Come with me, friends. There is much I would show you.
You... wait. I would have words. A singular radiance, shimmering, like a jewel of the Dusk Mother, blinding in its brilliance. Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light,
Jesus, the
even
English
the
dialogue's a
secrets
lot
of
faster.
the gods may be laid bare.
I'm sorry?
Glancing over at your stream, I was ahead of you, and now you're way far ahead of me.
Ah,
Because English dialogue is a little much faster.
Some are fated to rise in grace and glory. Others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. For you are a traveler, are you not?
Hotun. Thank you all for coming, and for offering to fight with us in the Nadam. Though I fear our chance is grim, I am grateful for your assistance. To be recognized as warriors of the mole, there is a trial you must overcome. But before we speak of such things, there is another, more pressing matter. There is a more, but a pressing matter. I need to get the voices better. My friends, I must warn you, the path upon which you embark is fraught with peril. You will journey onto the far reaches of the steppe to confront a terrible foe, as is the warrior Badam in days of yore. 3 days he battled with the demon ere he returned to his people. So it is written, so it must be. Many who follow in his footsteps perish, lacking in strength of body and mind. Therefore, we must treat you to a grand feast! Have I said something strange? The hungry fox stops staring at the bull's testicles, therefore warriors should be well fed on the eve of battle. She does have a point. You have been keeping busy in my absence. A brief repast may be in order, lest we collapse with fatigue and malnourishment in the midst of our trial. Yes, just so. However, it will take time to prepare. Is there anything we can do to help? It might also give us a chance to learn more about your people and their ways. Well, if you insist, I am sure that the others will be glad of your assistance. Would you go and speak with Doorbell, Lise? Doorbay. As for you three, you can help me with another task. For today's feast, the gods decree that we lure Gulo Gulo to slaughter with entrails. Perhaps you could be one of the ones to do this. Now your people look to the gods for guidance, I understand. But in your daily meals, I say your grandmother must be quite busy. Some days more than others, but every night we come together around the cook fire. Even babes must earn their keep in the steppe. Give over the entrails, Cyrena. We will bring you a bounty of meat.
Aw, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped.
Trying to drop on my head, I heard you.
Yep.
A word of advice. Our quarry is wont to avoid the Zela and their settlements, but is fond of the flowing waters. A thought occurs to me. How about we make a game of it, Green? I have 6 bags of entrails in which we may lure our gulo gulo. 3 for you, and 3 for me. Whoever returns with a greater portion shall be declared the winner. What say you? Then it is settled. Gosetsu will stand as witness. Let the game begin. Ah, have you used all your bait? In that case, let us see the fruits of your labor. Oh, it would seem that at the very least, you are the faster hunter. But speed is not everything. For my part, I slew 6 gulo gulo. Aye, that you have, my lord. As for Green, this day you are twice a hunter, I see, for our friend delivered unto me but 3 portions. Half your sum, my lord. Oh, and there you have it. I shall try not to let it go to my head. I know better than to expect the hawk to show his talons on a whim. Nay, when the time comes, I expect you will prove yourself more than my match. And with that, our game is concluded. Let us return to Molly Low forthwith, and let us have Green present our meat to Cyrena. I wonder if we planted our bait in the right location, we would have had more gulo gulo.
Maybe.
Maybe. Perhaps you're unfamiliar with traditional Zela cuisine. Let not its appearance deceive you. It is quite hearty and nourishing. Were it not so, I doubt they could have nursed me back to health. You should have seen the state I was in. You are returned, Green. How was your hunt? Few things was impressed Cyrena more than a sack of blood-soaked meat taken from freshly slaughtered gulo gulo. My word, this is impressive! Or were you so hungry that you felt the need to kill so many? Well, I shall endeavor not to disappoint you all with my cooking. It will be a little while before the meal is ready. If you and Lise wish to fill the time, perhaps you could assist Dorbei? He has many responsibilities and would welcome your help. Nor would you regret making his acquaintance, for he is liked and respected by all. You may find him by the other yurt, taking stock of our supplies. Ah, one of the newcomers. Welcome. I spoke with Lise. I bade her help the children gather fuel for the cook fires. I trust it will be a good experience for all. For you too, perhaps. Seek them in the south, across the bridge. Ah, Green. Are you here to help too? Great! So, I suppose Dorbei told you that the children and I are gathering fuel for the Fire City. It'll need to be dry before they can burn it, of course. You do understand what we're here for, right? Only some people can be a bit squeamish about this sort of stuff. Then again, you never minded getting your hands dirty, have you? Anyway, we're trying to get 4 piles each. Good luck, and keep an eye on the children while you're at it, eh? Well, have you found your share yet? Dung. It is what it is. Good work. I hope you took the time to talk to the children while you were at it. Lise, look how much dung we have! Wow, I'm impressed! I thought we gathered a lot, but it looks like we'll have to admit defeat. Dorbei would be happy we found enough. Not just Dorbei, now he can continue making cheese. Not that I was worried. It was easier It was easier when we were living near that forest, but dung works as well as wood. I heard the mole move from place to place, so the gods tell you where to go. That must be hard on you all. Hard? Do not understand. Why is it hard? It is better for the animals to move, to have more food to eat and land to roam. To stay in one place is harder, no? From the heavens comes the rain which nourishes the soil. From the soil comes the grass which nourishes the beast. From the beast comes the flesh which nourishes the Zaila. Ours is the soil of one and all. But you Westerners are like the Domans. You live in the same place, in villages. And all the villages in one place are part of a nation, yes? Hien talks about nations sometimes. When he was injured, he spoke of Doma in his sleep, but I did not understand his words. Whenever I ask him about Doma, he just smiles and looks to the south. It reminds me of my mother when she waits for my father to return from a long journey. But Hien will not wait any longer, will he? Because you came for him, to take him back. Because his nation is more important. I'm not sure how to answer this. A nation is a place, I suppose. A place and the people in it, and maybe the things too. But more than that, it's the history, the traditions, the words, the stories we tell ourselves and our children, everything that came before and everything that comes after. The place we are born in is part of who we are. We carry it with us, no matter where we go. Whatever we become, that part remains. That link to our fathers and their fathers before them. It's not important to everyone, I suppose, and that's fine. But it is important to Hien, and to me. Some call the mole fools for listening to the elder gods, but it is our way, our pride, our nation? Something like that. It's something precious that you and others share, and that no one can ever take from you. But we can talk more about it later. It's time to go home. Dorbei is waiting. I'll stay with the children. Why not go and let Serena know what we got on? Welcome back, Green. Did you speak with Dorbei? Well, well. Then you'll forgive me if I ask you to wash your hands. I shall pour you a cup of milk tea in the meantime. The meal is almost ready, so we should summon Hien and Gotsetsu.
She needed the rest. To come so far and carry so much. Hien and his friend, too. Strange that they should vanish so soon.
Ha! Ha! Not troubled by your old wounds, I see.
Nor you by yours. I know I should have fled with the others after Father died, instead of blindly fighting on. It was reckless and foolish, and there was naught to be gained from it. Everything to lose, rather.
We know no path save the one we walk. I myself am in no hurry to meet those who have gone before. Not while I have still to make amends.
Well said.
You are none the worse for your time in the wilderness. On the contrary, I would say you have improved.
Come now, your victories still far exceed mine. Or have you forgotten all the times you trounced me as a boy?
I feared I would not see you again.
A life so fortuitously saved should be spent wisely. Without regret, would I have traded it for our people's amnesty, had it been their will. Instead, they have called for the sword, and so that is what I must be. Until this blade is broken, I can but carve a path forward. Were you truly so concerned for my well-being? You never showed it when we used to spar.
How you cried when you lost, and when your mother tried to comfort you, and when you inevitably came at me once more, swinging your wooden sword wildly. Mina's little Master Shun. What a fine young man you've become.
A man should not be addressed by his childhood name. I've told you about that before. The mask slips. And I was so close to cultivating a winning persona.
There will be opportunity enough for putting on airs after you have returned in triumph to Doma. Now is the time to show our true character.
Shun, was it?
Yes, yes. 'Tis a name my parents gave me as a child, but I should like to think I have long since outgrown it. But as you seem determined to bring it back into use, I believe a match is in order. If I win, you will be honor-bound to divulge one of your darkest secrets.